Hey guys, welcome to Behind the Birk. Today I'm interviewing Jacob Zuko. He's a singer-songwriter and guitarist. He's also going to be in my showcase next month, July 22nd at the Oaks Tavern, 6:30 to 8:30. If you want to check that out, and if you're in the area, please go on my Facebook, contact me directly. Just go. It's going to be an amazing time. So, hope you enjoyed this interview and hope you come out for Behind the Summer 2K17.
Behind the bird. Behind the bird. Behind the bird. Behind the bird.
Your favorite movie?
My favorite movie, like top movie of all time? Well, probably, That Thing You Do. It's a movie from the mid-90s with Tom Hanks, and it's about this fictional one-hit wonder band called The Wonders, and it's like set in the 60s, and it's like sort of based on like the Beatles, but like it's a comedy, but it's a good movie, and there's a good soundtrack too. That Thing You Do, it's a good one.
Okay, I will check it out. I've never heard of it.
Yeah.
But I will. TV show?
TV show, Star Trek, the original series. Yeah.
Favorite book?
It used to be Dracula for like a month when I read it, and I had this like fever, and so it was actually really great having this awful fever and having these horrible fever dreams and reading Dracula. It was a really great experience for that book. But now, I have to say my favorite book is 9 Stories by J.D. Salinger.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Favorite color?
Red.
Song?
That's hard to pick a favorite song.
Or a favorite album?
Probably, I haven't listened to it in a while, but The Wall by Pink Floyd is just a really great album. Really.
Solid.
Yeah, but also Together Alone by Crowded House. And Crowded House is my favorite band, so maybe that one. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Favorite place in LA?
The Natural History Museum.
Cool.
Yeah. I used to want to be a paleontologist when I was a kid.
Oh, okay.
So
Awesome.
still got that in me.
Who are your musical inspirations, or some of them?
Well, I guess Jimi Hendrix is a big one when I first started playing guitar, and he kind of taught me to think outside the box.
Mm-hmm.
But also Jackson Browne is an amazing songwriter, and I've listened to him since I was a kid. Same with Tom Petty. Suzanne Vega, again, another great songwriter.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of songwriters. Bruce Springsteen, too. Just people who write about real stories and from the heart. You know.
Cool. Nice. How has your early life affected your music?
Well, I moved around a lot as a kid. I never was in any one place for longer than like 5 years at a time. I was born in Arizona. I lived in New York at one time, Washington, D.C. And I was also homeschooled. And so it was only really when I was like a teenager, 12 to 13, that I started really being serious about guitar and music. But I lived on a farm in Oregon, and I didn't have a lot of else to do, and so that's what I did, and I sort of told myself I would just devote all my time and master it, and it did okay.
Nice. What's your favorite venue to play in LA?
Well, the Whiskey A Go-Go was pretty great just for the history behind it, and their green room, the back room where you're waiting to go on, there's all these different signatures of people in the past that have played there. And there's a camaraderie you feel with these ghosts in the room. And it was a great show too. A lot of friends came out, and it was probably the best show I've ever played.
Oh.
So the Whiskey A Go-Go is pretty great.
Other venues?
There's this one in Santa Monica actually that it's called the Rap Saloon, and it's a poetry night every third Friday, I think. Every first Friday, and it's at the Rap Saloon, which is used to be a saloon in the 1800s, but now it's just this really the oldest brick building in Santa Monica, and it's in the International Hostel,
Oh, that's cool.
and it's a poetry reading, and I've played there a couple times. It's all poets, but I'm the featured musician. I just play certain songs in between the poems. And I like poets and I like poetry, and I think that my music fits that sort of scene well. So I really like playing the poetry venues and stuff like that.
So you're a songwriter mostly, right?
Yeah. Well, I started out as a guitar player, and I'm like the guitar player songwriter, and I am a singer as well. But rather than just saying I'm a singer songwriter, which I do say because it's easy, but I'm a songwriter guitarist, I guess.
Okay.
But I'm definitely a songwriter first and foremost. I'm a creator. I'm a composer. Yeah.
What's your process like of like songwriting and composing? What's the first step to like the last step?
Well,
you know?
I mean,
In
it's
a short-
different for every song, really, I guess. Because most of the time I like to sort of free-form poetry on my notebook and write things down, just jot little ideas down, and I like to really ruminate on an idea for a while and just sort of think about it. And I'll write some crappy songs and won't get past like maybe a chorus that isn't even a chorus, and then and I'll be like sort of really discouraged and like just done with it, and like and nothing's gonna come out of this, and then I'll just take a break, and the next day I'll like just like in one day, sometimes in like 10 minutes I'll write something like amazing, and it's what I've been looking for. So that's probably my process usually. It's pretty frustrating process, but
talk about the meaning and inspiration behind the song I Can Run.
Well, I Can Run, I actually I was working with this artist doing some composing for her EP, and just a little bit here and there, and I wanted to write a song for her to sing from like a woman's point of view, because I've been writing about my own experiences and stuff, and I like to write about other people, and so I sort of thought of this character who is on the road or something with her significant other or whatever, and they've traveled and they've been together for a while, and it's basically a breakup song, you know. But it's just sort of about it's about a lot of different relationships I've had and different relationships I've observed, and just sort of the finality and sadness of parting ways with anyone, really.
I really like that. Is that your personally favorite song that you have written, or is there another
I Can
song?
Run. It's up there. I'm pretty proud of it right now, but it's sort of new. So I think there's a bias when you write something you really like, and it's still new because it's like new, so it's your favorite one. But I think my favorite song written is actually probably Raw, which is this really cool blues song, and it's about being vulnerable, and it's about the strength in vulnerability and in pain and in accepting that pain, and accepting pain and vulnerability.
Acceptance.
Yeah, acceptance in general. Yeah.
And that's cool. I like that. So what are you working on now?
Well, I am gonna be working on an EP in a few months. I'm rehearsing with a drummer right now. We were in a jazz band together at Pierce College, so we kind of know each other, and we work well together, and it's come along pretty well. I'm not sure who else I'm going to get on board. I hope to get my other friend he has perfect pitch, and he is a saxophone player, so really love it. Like, the three of us, it's like the dream team. We work really well, but he's a little busy, so I don't know about that. I've also been playing in Santa Monica a little bit. I've been playing some shows, and I joined ASCAP, so I've been reporting my set lists. And I'm trying to just monetize myself and figure out how I can do this for a living.
So where do you see yourself in like a year?
In a year? Well, I see myself with like a band, and I see myself with an album, definitely. And I see myself making money off of the album and doing, selling it at different poetry events, and definitely with a band. It's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
And I know some other people.
Yeah. Thank you, Jacob, for being on Behind the Birk.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for having me.